What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the BFFs YouTube channel. Make sure you guys tap the bell, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below.
All right, BFFs, new episode. Welcome, Jason Nash, on the show. What kind of tech people do you have with you right now, Josh?
The worst kind. The worst kind.
If I'm not mistaken, we're about half an hour delayed, just waiting. To get.
Yeah, we are.
Why don't you guys, this is a huge show. Why don't you guys just get together, all move in one place? This podcast is giant. And, you know, every week I watch it, it looks like Dave's being held hostage somewhere.
Well, no, I'm in my studio. I'll say this. I think Brie is going to end up in L.A. at some point in the near future. There's no fucking way I'm going to L.A.
Well, then you're going to have to move here, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Two against one.
0.0 chance that I would live in L.A.
Why don't you like L.A.?
Yeah, no chance. But despite that, I mean, I don't know. We're running. I don't know if. Hopefully your tech is all set up. I guess your normal producer's gone, and you got people who I don't know that they've ever been on the internet. I could kind of like overhear them talking. We had to get our guy involved. Anyways, let's get going. Welcome, Jason. First of all, I did your podcast, so this is like a home and home, was just launched. All good things. So first episode is me, and it's out, right?
It's you, Dave, and it's awesome, and my mom thinks you're sexy, and my kids last night were all excited. I told them you were the first guest, and my daughter's friends were like, the pizza guy? I was like, no way. They were like, their mind was blown. And so thank you for doing that. It was like really, really fun.
Hey, Dave.
No.
Yeah, do you think that you have the young gravy effect on the gilfs? Maybe like you got the gilfs, he's got the milfs, kind of thing.
The older you mean? Well, I'm way older than young gravy, so
well, that's why I said the gilfs. Like I feel like maybe you have the gilf effect.
BB Rex's mom.
Yeah, she did. BB Rex's mom did like me. Yeah, I think the older ladies probably like me.
Middle-aged gravy.
Yeah, probably the grandmothers. Right. I don't know if they're grandmothers.
They want a piece of your pizza kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Could be. So anyways, we asked Jason to come on back when he was in the news because he was doing, you did the roast with Bryce Hall, and we talked about you, and Brie compared you and I. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's way older than I am. Not the case. Like, how old are you?
I'm 49.
Yeah, so I'm 45. So we are in the same ballpark.
Yeah. It's all the same after 40.
I still argue. I think I look, and I like Jason Nash. I think I look significantly younger.
Okay, that's a bad picture.
I know they kind of do you dirty with that.
I was stressed out during the roast because we were like having problems with SeatGeek cutting jokes and stuff. Yeah. So I was like super stressed then. I was eating a lot of Cheez-Its at night. And also, Dave, you don't have kids.
Facts.
So that like...
Listen, I'm not saying what the magic formula is. I'm just saying I think objectively, if you like did Family Feud style and like surveyed 100 people who is younger, I think I would get the younger vote looking wise. And yeah, I don't have kids. I wasn't married to Trisha Paytas, so there's a lot of things that work in my
That'll
favor.
Put some years on your life for sure. That's true. That'll put some lines on your face.
Yeah. I mean,
let's let Brianna decide.
What do Brie and Josh think?
Yeah, let the younger kids decide.
Okay.
Come on, Lyle, you're right here with me. Look at me. I don't look good on camera. I look better in person, right?
Yeah, how does he look in person, Josh?
Dave's still younger looking, though. Dave,
He's got that tan. And
yeah, I think that, the tan does help, but I also got to say, like...
I think it's the hair color, too.
It's no kids. I think it's having no kids. You don't get as much stress in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gray. I mean, you're gray, and I'm like golden blonde, sun-bleached tan. So that if I was gray, that would certainly change things up.
You'll be there soon.
So anyways, and this was very on par with BFF. I wasn't familiar with Jason because I'm not familiar with that entire world out there. I didn't know who David Dobrik really was when we started BFFs. So I didn't know, but we tried to get him on the podcast, and you were waiting, essentially, is when you reached out till you launched your own and had something to promote. So we're now at that point, and there it is. So if you haven't watched He and I, All Good Things, it just launched. Go subscribe. You have a good lineup of guests, right, coming on?
Yeah, we got Nikki Glazer, Mark Norman, Sam Morrill, TJ Miller, Howie Mandel. We're doing Batch next week. I don't know if you know King Batch, incredible actor and incredible Instagram comedian and stand-up comedian.
I see a lot of his clips on TikTok now. his stand-up clips.
Yeah, Batch is a full-fledged stand-up. He crushes it.
He's killing it.
Yeah, so just trying to talk to interesting people and do a little podcast. You know, I was doing Views with David for 4 years, and that just, we just kind of took a break, and he wanted to stop, and I said, okay, that's cool. And so then I just went out and started my own.
And I hosted you, which says a lot, by the way, for anybody trying to do a podcast, because I will admit that if Josh, Brie, and I could be together in the same room, it's always easier and better, and the interviews come off. We rarely are, but you traveled around. You were in my backyard. We filmed it here. And that does make for a better podcast when you can have face-to-face interaction. There's no doubt about that. Yeah,
we went to St. Louis and saw Nikki. We went to New York City, and I think it's good, too, to get out of L.A., too, because this L.A. bubble is just...
Right.
I mean, Josh, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, you just get stuck in the same thing.
I will say, and Brie is moving out there, so she must not feel the same way, but everyone in L.A. talks about how bad it is, but they all live there, so I never put much credence in there. I was like, oh, L.A. sucks, but you're all there.
Yeah. Well, my kids are here, so I can't really leave. What's your excuse?
I guess, like, the money I make. It's the money. That's what's it's here. So I stay out here.
And what about Brie? Why do you want to move to LA then?
Because I feel like everyone's there for work. It just makes sense. There's like nobody here in New York.
Yeah, content. You get way more content.
Yeah,
I think,
content, podcasts. Everyone's there.
I mean, I'm sure, Brie, you probably grew a fuck ton in the follower count when you were out in LA, right? Like,
my podcast definitely did a lot better. It's like going and seeing people in person, like Jason said, just makes it better.
I have a question. And Jason, maybe you can even answer this one. I don't know the answer because when BFF started, it was obviously Josh and I, and we had I think we had Tommy, we had Sass on for a show, and then we landed on you, Brie. But you are already pretty big on TikTok. How much bigger?
Kinda.
Like how much do you attribute, because I feel like you've blown up, to being on BFFs versus just doing your own? Like, if you weren't on BFFs, do you think all this LA stuff is still happening?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that now I definitely have a bigger male audience and younger audience. Like, it's usually college kids, and now younger people come up to me, and I think it's Barstool mixed with it. Like, they're like, oh, you work at Barstool, you know Dave Portnoy, you know Josh Richards. So it definitely helped. But I don't think it's like all of it.
Speaking of the BFF pod, I didn't know this. You didn't say this, Jason. I guess did Gruen originally want you to be me? Did he ask you to do this podcast instead of me?
I got a phone call from Gruen and Warren. They're like, we're representing these Sway kids. And I was like, Sway? I was like, what is this? And they're like, they're great. They're great kids. And I was like, they're going to be really big. And they said, oh, do you want to do a podcast? I don't know if they wanted me to do it with Josh or Bryce.
It would have been one of the two of us. It could have been that I'd already started talking to Dave about ours, so then they were trying to get Bryce one and go.
That's what it was. Maybe. They wanted me to do it with Bryce, and I love Bryce. I think Bryce is great. But I was doing Views with David, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
that would have been interesting.
I remember when I first met Josh, I've told it, but we walked into their house, wherever they were at, and they were all there, and each of them were teamed up with a different person. And I think I said, oh, Josh, you hit a home run. Like they listed off who the other people were with. I'm like, that's not going to last. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. Like, this is the only one that's going to work. I was correct, by the way. And so who was I think it was fucking some clown from, it's not the Business Insider. It's, what is their financial? Morning Brew. He wrote a long thing after the original podcasts, how ours sucked. He's like, Josh and Dave don't know what they're doing, and Pomp and Bryce, that's the best one. I was like, all right, we'll see, buddy.
Well, theirs has got canceled, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I knew it. It's like, it was the perfect mix, bringing Brie, everything hit up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still can't believe this podcast works. I mean, it's amazing. It's a testament to all you guys. Like, on paper, I wouldn't think it would work, but
it kind of is. I think that's what makes it work so well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's so unexpected.
Yes,
it's so unexpected.
So that's the thing with you, Jason. I don't know, because I would have assumed. So were you not plugged into TikTok world at all?
A little bit. Yeah, not really. I would see the guys and be like, oh, these guys are killing it. But no, I'm not that plugged into TikTok.
Okay, because I mean, I didn't know at all. I thought you would have been more so, I guess, with the Dobrik background and all that. And I didn't realize the comic background that you had going into it with like doing Last Comic Standing and really working on SNL and all that stuff. So I didn't really know that. But
yeah, I was like a comic and an actor for like a long time, and I wasn't really going anywhere. And then one night, David came into the Improv and watched me do stand-up, and I walked off stage, and he just walked up to me. He had a camera in his hand, and he was like, "Hey, you want to, go make YouTube videos with me?" Basically, essentially. And I switched my career, and I went right into YouTube. That was like 5 years ago.
And so the reverse question then, I guess, for Brie and Josh, have you guys known who Jason is for a long time because of the Vlog Squad stuff?
Oh yeah, like that's my first people I watched on YouTube was David Dobrik, where you guys were like smashing milk in each other's mouth, like with the Christmas tree or something. That's the first video I remember of you guys.
Yep.
I remember that the really like the apartment that Dave and Dirty Dom and all them used to share or whatever. That and like there would always be that couch or whatever in there. Like that's what I remember watching.
It's like a little set that we would always go back to that set. Yeah. But it was an interesting time.
Probably watched them since I was like 15.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Those videos, they still play. David posted one the other day on Facebook. It got like 6 million views in 18 hours.
Jeez.
Like they're still going, those videos. It's crazy.
All right, guys, quick commercial break. So if you haven't heard of Whatnot, it's a live stream auction app where you can buy collectibles, comics, and really almost anything else on this website. So they bring businesses and people together through commerce where sellers can host live streams and engaged connoisseurs like yourselves can bid in real time. So with live streams happening 24/7, you never know what you'll discover. And now Barstool is Whatnot's newest seller. So we'll be going live twice a week on Whatnot, running live shows and selling never before seen auction items and Whatnot exclusives. So it's going to be first come, first serve when you see it on Whatnot. You can create a Whatnot account using the link in description and get $10 off your first purchase. And make sure you follow the Barstool Sports page to get alerted whenever we're going live. Make sure to check it out. Let's get back to the show.
Wittek, we've had him on this podcast. He actually started off hating us.
I remember. I was close with Jeff then. Yeah, I remember that.
He called me one day, was like going at me on the phone, was like, well, no, and then like changed it up where he's like, I don't have a problem with you, but just tell Dave I have a problem with him. And I was like, well, I don't think you really want that either. And
well,
then
he
came on the
doesn't care.
podcast.
He was on
and now
Dixie's airbrushing my name out. We've had him on, and I actually really like David.
Well, he cut your hair, so you had to trust him a little bit to cut your hair.
Yeah, he's like my personal celebrity barber. But he is now suing Dobrik after his near fatal injury for more than $10 million. We tried to have Jeff on to talk about it a little bit. And this, I guess, goes along the lines of, always escalating pranks and trying to take the next step. So he got thrown off the, excavator or whatever and had that serious injury. Yeah. And it seems like David said this. Jeff was upset because of the way it all went down in the hospital after, trying to keep it a secret. A little bit he said, she said. You've been as close probably with both of them. What is your take on this whole lawsuit?
It's a really tough place for me to be in, in the middle of it. The accident was awful. And, when the day the accident happened, I drove a bunch of people down to the lake, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I went and I looked at the stunt, it was just an excavator just taking people around on a tube. And I said, because I was the oldest one there, and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, that looks really safe. That looks like nothing, And then in that time, when I went to the bathroom, I had to drive like 15 minutes because we were way out in the middle of nowhere. They called me. Susie called me, and she was like, Jeff just has to be taken to the hospital. Meet us at Utah Valley Hospital. And it's just the worst. I mean, I wish that day never happened. I wish we never tried to do that video. Jeff's eye is, fucked up, and I love David. I love Jeff. It's the fucking worst. And even when, and anytime I speak publicly on it, it's like, it's just like, what can you say about it? They're two people I care about. I love Jeff. I'd do anything for Jeff. I saw him at a wedding last weekend. We talked. His podcast is doing great. I'd always be there for Jeff, if he ever needed anything. And yeah, it's just super shitty. You know, I don't know. I don't know what happened that day. I wasn't actually there. And I just hope it all works out. I hope it just gets better for both of them.
Is there any element of that with your age that you had to feel like a kind of father figure, like in a way?
Yeah.
Like you know.
Yes. 100%. You know, David's like a son to me for sure. You know, he's a brilliant kid. He's so smart. And then I try to guide him in other ways. Sometimes he listens to me. Sometimes he doesn't. We're as close as ever. And, you know, David saved my life. You know, I was literally broke before I met David. I owed like $80,000 in taxes. And same for Jeff. You know, Jeff did a lot of good shit for me. Jeff's really good at content. Jeff, like, you know, would always look at my videos, like try to make it better. He helped me lose like 20 pounds once. You know, he got me in shape. It's sad. It's sad that I don't hang out with Jeff anymore, but you know, maybe one day we will. And again, Dave, we talked about this on my podcast. It's like, I know this internet shit is so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. It's like, if you have real friends, when you're a man, you know what I mean? Like, you fucking know there's just unspoken shit. Like, it's just unspoken. It's just like, you know, it's just not real. And then once it goes into the internet, it's like, oh, he said this. I had somebody comment on my video the other day. They were like, I like the podcast with Portnoy, but I'm a Jeff fan. So I'm not going to be watching it. I was like, you know, you can watch both. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm friends with Jeff.
I'm friends with Jeff too. You know, it's so hopefully it'll work out. You know, they both have their sides, and hopefully it'll get figured out, and everybody will move on.
I definitely do feel like that space in the prank space and the video space is it's an escalating game to like shock value almost. And you know, not only with what you guys are doing, but across the internet, there's so many people doing it that to get eyeballs and stay competitive, it's just a constant game of like, who can top this?
Yeah. And I think that's why everyone's podcasting now. It's because, you know, that game is just, it's dangerous. You get hurt and there's no end to it.
Yeah. The true masters are jackass. They do whatever the fuck they want
to. But they're incredible. Yeah.
They just do anything they want to.
Yeah, the OG.
It's all good.
And that's the other thing is we're not jackass. You know, like the guys that I hang out with, Steve-O is a skilled professional. I've seen him flip off a roof like 5 times into a pool. You know, and that's just not who we are. So that's where we get into trouble, you know, doing pranks and stuff. Somebody can get hurt.
All right, so the core of the show, which I'm sure you've seen, we just go through the headlines and just chime in on what we think and what's going on. And we'll start, because we've already talked a lot. There's other stuff on there but it's kind of old news at this point. We've talked about the Trisha stuff, and obviously we talked about the roast and putting that together, which is when I became. Would you do that again, by the way? Would you do another roast?
Yeah, we're doing one now. We're writing it right now.
Who's the roast? Who's it on?
I can't tell you who it is, but it'll be we're shooting it September 24th.
Okay. You invited me to be part of that roast, right? I just never saw it, or am I making that up?
Yeah, Bryce fucked up. Bryce was like, I'll call Portnoy.
He probably didn't want the real heat.
Yeah, he never
it's all friends. He didn't want to bring in the closer for that one.
No, that's why he was like, no, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll call him. I'll call him.
I promise I'll call him. He didn't answer.
Because when I met Dave was like, I would have done the roast. Right. And I was like, what? I was like, fuck. So if you ever want to be roasted, Dave, we would love to do it. Or if you want to just be on the panel, maybe we could roast Josh and you could come roast him.
You know, I've said this before, but my final moments at Barstool when I like sail off to the sunset. Now that so Barstool's a little different because it's a big company and there's a lot of mouths to feed and a little bit of corporate side. So I can't sling it as much as I probably would when it was early Barstool myself. So I want to rent out Madison Square Garden. They probably wouldn't give it to me because the guy who owns it hates me. So we may have to go to the Boston Garden. But a big venue and do a one night only, an evening of hate with Dave Portnoy. It's all the people I don't like and just go roast them for the first half of the show. The second half of the show would be Barstool personalities turning it into a roast to me. One night only. That's it. That would be my farewell, because I have a lot of like, I know there's certain things I just can't say because they'd cause ricochet for not, it won't affect me. It would affect the company. So, but that is what I want to do as my swan song. Dave Portnoy, an evening of hate.
That's incredible.
Please, can I come to that?
Yeah, it would be incredible. It would be great. Anyways, on to the headlines. Monty Lopez and Sheri Nicole updates. I was kind of going through the notes, and there's a lot of them. So Sheri posted TikTok about having bad taste in men. Monty comments on the TikTok saying, get ready for the real tea. On top of that, because we had Young Gravy on the show last week, Monty has now challenged Young Gravy to a fight, and he tagged us on BFF. He wants to fight him. They're going back and forth. Addison has unfollowed her mother on the gram. I feel really bad for Addison.
This is so embarrassing.
It's crazy what he's saying. Like there was one comment that was like, Young Gravy's gonna blow her back out, like talking about Sharon or that's her name, right? Sheri. And then Monty responds with, "Lol, I've been doing that for 22 years. Had to trade her in."
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Bro,
is he on
like,
drugs?
why are you? Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, the only reason you have a presence is because of your daughter, and now you're just pretty much like embarrassing the shit out of her every minute you can.
Dave, have you seen the video of him flexing?
I'm looking at right now when Young Gravy won't accept the bar. All right,
no, you gotta watch the video. You gotta watch it.
Can I get a
Hey, he looks good.
He's got to be on steroids, right?
Looks better than me and you, Dave.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily agree with that. I mean, he's definitely got muscles, but he looks like a little bit of like a roid head.
Yeah, he looks like Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
A one punch, bro. All right, Monty seems like a nutbag. I'm going to be honest, though. Sheri Nicole's not doing anybody any favors either by, like, little miss bad taste in men and being on TikTok. And, like, maybe she shouldn't be on social media either. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess, like, I can understand the response more than I can understand, like, initiating it, right? Like, Monty's been doing it for days on end now. And then it's like she posts, like, one or two things. Either way, I don't know if either of them should be, like, talking about or, like, dissing each other about a divorce. Like, their daughters probably fucking go, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird thing
what are
to
you
bring
doing?
online.
Just like call your ex-husband and talk on the phone.
Right.
And then obviously you can't have this going on without Tana Mongeau getting in the mix. So Tana gets involved and Monty asks the internet what they think Tana's body count is. Tana replies, "I'm calling the police about your body count." And by the way, Monty put it at the over-under for 300 on Tana.
What do you think the odds are for that over-under?
You sound like Monty.
No, that's it. Wait, time out. I think that's
about?
a fair question for Tana Mongeau. She's pretty open about clout farming and all that.
Yeah, she was just mad that a 50-year-old was talking about it. I'm only 20, so I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear to talk about what her body count is.
Yeah. Would you go?
Thanks, Dave.
I don't. When you put everything out,
300's a lot, though.
it's a ton.
That's so many.
Props
would go
if it's
under.
over. That'd be cool.
I would go under too. Like that's not even like that's Barney Stinson numbers.
And by the way, I think it's fair game. Like everything with me, I outside of like being stolen. But when you're on the internet and you make a decision to be on the internet and make a career on the internet, I don't think then you can be like, well, that's an unfair question. I'm not saying Tana was, but Tana's put herself out there in every way possible. And I think she'd say, yeah, I'm kind of fair game to be talked about in that manner. You can't have it both ways. Now, Monty seems like a little bit of a creep show, but you know, it's fair
Well,
game
if you
in my
scroll or if you look like a little bit down the sheet, you'll see like Tana exposing text with Monty or about Monty. There's one where Monty like just texted her like 3 times in a row, like Monty Lopez, hey, wow. And then a text from one of her friends about Monty being, ew. It was Monty Lopez trying to rail me at the club, like fully took his shirt off, ?
At this point,
out of his
though,
mind.
I think we know Monty Lopez is out trying to get laid pretty consistently.
Oh, yeah, I'm yeah.
So the book has been. I don't think. What can Monty do? What is it? Why do I want to say Monty Lopez? Yeah, it's
It
Monty
is,
Lopez.
yeah.
It is. Yep.
There's nothing he can really do. I don't think that would like dirty his image at this point. I think
he's already
we know
dirted up, dirtbag.
Yeah, Addison's the one that's getting fucked in all this.
I know. She had to unfollow her mom.
terrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who has kids, like, yeah, that's gotta be tough for Addison. I hope they clean it up. I know them. They're really nice. I know all three of them. And
quick question: who's really nice?
Monty's really great. I've met him, and Sheri's a sweetheart. Addison's a sweetheart. You know, it sucks when it like goes public like that. It probably causes like a lot of fucking pain for all of them. And I mean, I'm sure they'll clean it up. I hope they'll talk or whatever.
That's the take right here. That they're all super. Monty, I think you're the only one right now in Monty's corner.
Did I say that?
Well, you did say he was
You
really
said
nice.
Monty.
I said he was nice.
Yeah.
I met him. He's nice. I didn't say I'm in his corner.
And to do a 180, by the way, in which we're like, you put your life out on the internet, everything. This, Addison did not sign up for this. Like,
No.
It's not the internet's fault. Her parents, I don't want to say are doing it to her, but they're doing it to her. But she didn't sign up for this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why is she, like, I don't know, Sheri Nicole, have we asked her to be on the show? I like, if we and what'd she say?
She said no the first time. We asked her again end of last week, and we haven't got a response. Monty, though, very clearly wants to come on.
Why don't we have Monty on?
That's what we're going to ask today, if we would have him on.
Oh, 100% on.
Oh yeah, you should have had him on instead of me.
No, we're
He's
glad
hot
to have
right
you on,
now.
but we'll
He's in the
definitely have
news.
Monty on. Definitely. That would be some good questions. My question for both of them is, do you just not give a shit about Addison? Like, why can't every time
That's a tough question to ask a parent.
Well, yeah. But I think at this point, a fair question. Jason's the only one with kids here, but like, if you know you're causing emotional damage, which they have to be, why? It's a selfish move on both their parts to be doing this in a public forum. I mean,
the only thing I can relate it to is like when I was when my ex-girlfriend was coming after me.
This is Paytas?
Trisha.
It was, what's her name?
Trisha.
Oh yeah, TP. Trish like fish. Yeah, no, I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
TP. Yeah, Trish. When she was coming after me, I never said anything because of how it would affect my kids. You know what I mean? Like that's just the biggest reason. Like, my son would get like DMs, I'm gonna kill you and stuff like that. And when you contribute to that, although it's tempting to want to defend yourself, like maybe in Addison's mom's case where she's like, she wants to say something, like you said, say one or two things.
Yeah.
It's tempting, and it's really hard not to grab your phone and be like, fuck you, like leave me alone. But yeah, that was why I never said anything. It was just because of my kids.
This is a strange question. How do I phrase it? And I don't mean to say it in a negative way, but I'm going to just ask it. You seem like a very normal guy, Jason. Like, but you're married to Trisha Paytas, who...
Well, I wasn't married, Dave.
Girlfriend?
It's the second time you said that.
Girlfriend?
We weren't married. Yeah, we dated for 12 months.
Okay, year.
Yep.
She seems certifiable.
I've never talked about it. She's a complicated girl. Like she's, I don't like to talk shit about my exes or women in general.
And I'm not asking. I guess that's not what I'm asking.
Let me try. I want to explain it to you so you understand. Like, I met her. She was like, we got along really great. It was a time in my life where like I was, like she was really into me. So I love that. She was really sweet to me. She loved me. Like, Trisha loved me so much, and so did her 17 personalities. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we started filming together and that was cool. And we were doing really good. And then it just got to a place where it was just like, she was, I didn't like the relationship, and I couldn't get out because she threatened to ruin me and ruin all my friends. That's really what happened. And then eventually, she drove her car into my house and trapped me in my house for like 3 hours. I mean, I don't want to go into it, but she's at the time, I haven't talked to her in 2 years. At the time, she was really sick. She had some sort of chemical imbalance where she would kind of black out and anything could happen. She one time I was like editing videos and she called me on like a Wednesday. She was like, she's like, hey babe, what's up? And I was like, oh, nothing. I'm just posting my video, you know, I'm like trying to stay on my schedule.
Yeah.
And she goes, I want to go to the mall, you know, and I was like, I can't go to the mall today, you know. And so I was like trying to be firm about it, you know. I was like, no, I can't go to the mall. I'll see you tonight. So I was like all proud of myself, like, you know, I put my foot down, you know.
Good job, Jason.
Yeah. And then she called back like 5 minutes later and she was like, I'm going to fucking kill myself. You know, she was like driving down Laurel Canyon, like swerving saying she's going to like drive her car off the road. And then long story short, you know, we found her in a ditch with the police and shit like that. And so I really did try to like take care of her and I loved her a lot. And it just got to be too much. Now, I don't know what she's like now. She seems to be doing really good. She's pregnant. She has a baby coming. And I think that, you know, there was sort of this unfillable hole with her where she would like buy a lot of stuff and do a lot of stuff in excess and it never really made her happy. So I hope that, you know, when the baby comes, that'll be the thing that like,
or maybe she found it in the last like,
year,
you know
she has a husband now, a great husband, handsome guy, comes from a good family. But yeah, that's it. Sorry about the long-winded answer. It's like, it's fucking good. Dave, I could tell you stories.
But that's kind of what I like you seem super grounded in every conversation. I'm not saying you're not.
Well, it kind of seems like a little bit
like I can't picture you going through that.
I am, but when you know her, you know, there's like a lot of good things about her too. You know,
sure.
she was,
and
great
I don't know,
with,
and I don't know her at all. I always preface that. The only things I see are from what she puts out as content when we've had her on the show. But it talking to you and talking to her are like, to me,
almost polar opposites.
But she's not like, she's pretty boring, and I mean that as a compliment. Like she's not like crazy. It's just when she gets crazy, you know what I mean? Like she was great with my kids.
Did she like up it for the camera? Like would she up it? Like
she's an incredible performer.
Yeah. Okay.
She's an incredible performer for the camera. So, you know, you would be like, oh, what do we do today? And she'd come down with a fucking bird cage on her head or something, you know,
just ready to go.
Just
like
some crazy.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It was like, you know, we used to just make videos and,
by the way, that story could also be why I look younger than you.
Yes.
There's been a lot of
can age a guy.
Would you say you have like a savior's complex kind of thing? Do you think 100%. That played into it? Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And so then even when I was like, even when she had already like really hurt me bad and we were broken
like,
up.
This is probably not good for me, but it was like, how am I supposed to leave someone that's going to hurt
I couldn't leave her because she was threatening suicide. Now it turns out she admitted that she was never going to commit suicide, but I would call her mom and be like, she's threatening suicide. They wouldn't call me back.
Yeah.
Like, I really did try. And that's actually really exactly what it was, you know, it's, but I wish her the best. I hope she fucking has a healthy baby. I hope everything's great. And I don't know if you guys know, but she really turned over a new leaf. Like she doesn't talk shit about anybody or.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I liked her when she was on. It's just
I always thought she was
very
entertaining.
She didn't like me, but she liked Josh.
She liked me.
She liked Josh.
She liked Josh.
Yeah, but that's what she does. She'll like, she used to do that with me and David. She'd be like, David's so cute, you know, and I'd be like, she just does that to like relate to the younger kids.
Yeah.
Game Time, the exclusive ticket partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals and tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. They guarantee the lowest price. 2022 is a massive concert year with so many tours going on. Game Time is reporting they're seeing some of the biggest last-minute deals ever. Tickets for artists like Halsey as low as $9, Machine Gun Kelly $8, Backstreet Boys $20, Jack White $25. You can get all of these guys for $40 or less. Rufus Del Sol, Chesney, The Killers, Zach Brown Band, and more. Make sure to use Game Time app this summer to get the best deals to see your favorite artists. The purchase process is so quick and easy. Once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly. Best part, get $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app, go to the account tab, create a login, redeem code BFF for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Big news, a little more on the light side. Well, still breakup. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson split 9 months. They said because of conflicting schedules. I knew this thing was doomed.
Yeah, you said this.
Yep.
Yeah, no chance. But it did end a little faster because I feel like one day, like Davidson was getting her face like tattooed on his ass cheek, and the next day they broke up. Like, I thought it was lovey-dovey and then the breakup, but still, this was never destined for the long haul.
I saw an article that said Pete proposed to Kim and Kim said no.
That's what caused it?
Well, like it was pretty like I guess like she said no, and then like they probably stayed together for a little bit longer, and then kind of like it like how do you keep dating after someone says no to marry?
Especially if she says no, she says yes to everybody.
That's
maybe Kanye was probably her final straw.
But Pete's kind of known for the quick marriage move, right? Like he did it with Ariana Grande too. It was like weeks, wasn't it? And then he said,
well, yeah, because he gets like the hottest girls ever, and he's like, I need to make them stay with me forever until they realize.
That's a good point. Or else they'll realize like, hey, he's just actually funny.
Kanye West got in, and he went super viral. Kanye took a shot. Skeet Davidson dead at age 28 with the New York Times thing. Everybody photoshopping that throughout the internet. It was everywhere. Couldn't go.
He threw a little diss at Kid Cudi too on it. If you like zoom in to the bottom, it says Kid Cudi meant to play funeral but fearful of bottle throwers.
Yeah. He takes shots at everybody.
Public relationships are just like Brianna, I've heard you say that you would never date anyone in the public eye, right?
Yeah, absolutely not, because it's all of this shit, and then it's like insane. What?
I'm calling bullshit.
Why?
In fact, if I could go to the window in Vegas and be like, within the next 3 years, will Brie have some sort of relationship with a relatively famous person? I would hammer yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Same. Give me that bet. I'll lock it in.
You think so,
right
Josh?
now. Are you kidding me? You're about to move to LA too.
Yeah, Channing Tatum will be a coffee bean. Like, hello.
And by the way, you don't shut up about your relationships. If something fucking happens, you're the first one on your phone. So
I know that.
Yeah, Brie's acting like she doesn't like the social media stuff, but she posts about it with her guy all the time.
But I wouldn't date someone else that like is in the space. Because like
I
have all the
retaliate.
Yeah.
Brie wants to be the one that's bigger than the guy. So then even if the guy's in the right, she can be like, just let's all say fuck that guy, right? And all the fans will be like, yeah.
I can't go a day without Sylvan being like, you see this Brie tea? I'm like, what is going on? I mean, I'm sure it's on the pages later anyway.
Yeah, there is.
It is.
Yeah, I would assume so. We'll get to it. Apparently, Dixie set Charli and Landon up. Charli confirmed in a recent interview that Dixie set her and Landon up. Is Dave still Team Dixie? Yeah, I'm still. By the way, this is where sometimes I'm like, Dave, are you too old to be doing this show? I'm looking at this picture of Landon, and he looks like he should be playing Little League All-Stars.
He does look 12 in that.
He looks so young in this picture.
Landon's dating who?
Charli.
This is a picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
I mean, I was just with them on the weekend, Dave, and I was talking to Landon, and I think we might be able to get him on the podcast.
Let's do it.
I think we might. He's a little worried. He thinks that you like hate him and like are gonna like
I definitely don't
just
hate
not
him.
agree with him.
No, I've never met him. I don't like
That's what I said. I was like, we'd be open. We'd be very open.
Everything I know about him is from these pages right here.
Exactly.
We could
Why
have
does he think Dave hates
him
him?
have a writer.
Well, because Dave called him a loser last week.
Well, he always says that
Why?
Charli shouldn't be with him.
Well, Dave said, Dave said, I don't like the relationship of Landon and Charli, so I get
I
where
have
Landon's
said that. I
coming
have
from.
said that.
And then secondly, he also said, when Landon and Chase were beefing about who's a bigger rock star, Dave goes, they're both kind of losers in this situation.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
So then it's kind of like he's calling him a loser. He's saying his relationship's awful and he's not good.
Give
for
him a chance, Dave. The
Charli.
kid's 18. Give him some time to accomplish. I bet when you were 18, you weren't doing much.
What was I doing when I was 18? I was what, in high school, right?
Yeah, maybe freshman in college, or you were in Michigan.
Is 18 freshman in college?
Yeah.
Or
It
high
can
school?
be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Senior
I was in like the nursing program at Michigan. Like, I was doing nothing. I wasn't
me
doing
too.
anything like this. But
Me too.
all my thing is I haven't, and
was in LA.
this isn't a Landon Barker thing. I have, what?
Oh, I was just saying I was in LA, Sway.
Josh was
you guys
flexing.
are-
He was like, I was
wiggle
already in Sway.
You would have been thrown in a locker in my generation. No one's wiggle dicking. Nobody's wiggle dicking around my parts. But
Okay.
we
I
were
was
like,
a 5'8" guy gonna throw me in a locker.
we
Dave.
were 5'8". I would have had a guy do it. And by the way, we were like figuring out Napster. We weren't like doing TikTok shit.
Yeah.
I have an inherent bias against, and this is not against Landon. This is, I group him in, but kids, anybody who hasn't accomplished anything on their own and their notoriety is all based on their dad or families, I look at you with a stink eye in that. And that's not just him. That's because there's plenty of successful, but like the only reason I know him is because of his dad. That's not his fault. So Addison Rae caused a stir with his bikini thing, father, son. It's an Adidas ad. People are like, oh, she's doing stuff with like, disrespecting Christianity. Shut up. You know what? If you're complaining about
Says the
that,
Jew.
you shouldn't be on TikTok or social media or wherever you saw it. Just go get off. Get off her back. Who fucking cares?
I've seen this bathing suit a million times before too, and it's just because Addison Rae is wearing it.
Disrespecting
100%.
Christianity? Grow up. Get out of here.
Dave, we're two Jews, though. Maybe we don't have a right to say if this
Well,
is...
let me tell you this.
you and I.
Whatever Jewish symbol they want to do, I say, get out of here. Who fucking cares? So
Right, like if the
That's
Star
true.
of David were on her boobs, you'd
get
be
the
fine with
fuck
it.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do not care.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't either.
She deleted the post, so I
Yeah,
guess
because-
Yeah.
The poor
so does
girl's going
Adidas,
through
like,
the ringer this week.
I know, right?
Oh,
She's being
man.
called like a Jesus hater, and her parents are getting divorced and talking about it online. Like that's not a
Brie
great
would
week.
wear that bikini so fast it would make your head spin.
Yeah, should I post it and be like,
Yeah.
You should actually remake the photo. You should do like even the Adidas logo and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should just redo it all.
Are there rumors that Jake Paul is going to fight Andrew Tate? Is that a real rumor?
I thought Logan was going to fight him.
I've heard both sides. Like I've heard both brothers, like because there's Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate, and then Jake Paul and Logan Paul. So they were gonna see if like it's gonna be like a little brothers thing.
That would be massive.
Oh,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, huge.
But then now
Massive.
also I see Jake Paul and KSI going at it online. So like I just don't know what's happening.
Well, I think
here.
KSI said because KSI's fight fell through, Jake Paul's double fights fell through. So Jake Paul offered to go basically, I think, fight KSI for free. KSI wanted no part of it because I think he's aware that Jake would destroy him.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, the boxing thing's kind of limbo. There's not many fights that I'd be like, oh, I want to see that. Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate, I would fork my money over for that one.
Who do you think would win?
I think Jake Paul would win.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Andrew Tate's got a lot more fighting experience. But
Yeah, it's a different type of fighting, though. Still,
that's true. That's true.
Boxing and kickboxing is different. And I don't know, as Andrew Tate said on our show, he's like, I haven't trained for 3 years.
Yeah.
Jake Paul is like training like a professional boxer. So I would take Jake Paul.
Huh, yeah. It's weird because I saw a clip of Andrew the other day, though, saying he was in a fight like a year and a half ago.
Oh, did
Street
he?
fight?
No, he was saying like he was training for a
fight.
fight a year and a half ago. Like
He
on
definitely
Aiden Ross's
said on our
stream.
show he hadn't trained in 3 years, I think.
I thought so too. So it's got to be one or the other.
well, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. So
Not all of it, but a good
Not all.
portion
most
of
of
it.
it.
Vanessa Hudgens and Kaia Gerber pictures have gone viral. Vanessa Hudgens being Cindy Crawford's daughter, Kaia Gerber, from 2007 at the High School Musical 2 premiere. The picture is significant, obviously, because Vanessa Hudgens is exes with Austin Butler, who is dating Kaia Gerber.
Kaia Gerber?
Kaia.
Okay, so this is relevant because they're just like saying like, look how young this girl is. compared
Yeah,
to
I
the
think
dude
they're
she's
well,
dating.
they're like comparing it to because Austin Butler played Elvis.
Oh, Elvis.
Yeah, so it's like the
Okay,
same
now I
age
get it.
difference from Elvis and Priscilla. And that's
Right,
that's
and
where
how
they're
like
putting it.
Elvis was like hiding that he was like married to a 14-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, and they're saying that Vanessa and Austin broke up because he was stuck in the Elvis character for like method acting, and now he's just like in Elvis mode dating Kaia Gerber.
I mean, granted, Sylvan's way younger than me. 10 years isn't that big. I think under 21 probably raises a little bit, even though that doesn't really matter. 30, 20, whatever. I listen. There's very few people in today's world where I lose my shit when I see them in person. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. When I saw Cindy Crawford at a Kenny Chesney concert, I had an oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like I lost my shit. That's like my era. She walked over with her husband, who's like the tequila
Hell yeah.
guy. Yeah,
Randy Gerber.
Randy Gerber, and said hello. And I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I mean, if you're probably with you, same, Jason, like our era, like she's the ultimate
she
number
called
one
my
like
mom,
supermodel.
She called my mom once and wished her happy birthday. It was like the greatest
Why?
thing ever. Huh?
Why?
Because we knew Kaia, and she knew that my mom was just like really into Cindy Crawford. Just thought of her as such an icon. And then one day we got a FaceTime, and it was like really cool, really sweet.
She is an icon.
Sweet lady. Yeah, she is.
She's an absolute icon.
Yeah.
Balenciaga is selling designer trash bags. They debuted the Trash Pooch, which is inspired by garbage bags. Bags are selling for $1,800 each.
Oh my god!
What a ripoff.
Do you think anyone is really buying it?
Yeah, like Bieber.
Yeah.
100%.
That's crazy.
Well, not buying it, but Bieber would like wear it. Jared Leto would 100% rock a trash bag.
Buying it and reselling it?
I wonder
like,
what it's
right
made
away.
out of.
Probably plastic.
Like, you think it's an actual trash bag?
No.
Do you think it's like a multiple use trash bag?
Or a super durable trash bag, insulated?
Yeah,
maybe?
like you're never gonna have it rip on the walk down.
Is
the
this a
driveway
real
and throw
story?
it
I
out.
couldn't miss an opportunity to make the most expensive trash bag in the world because who doesn't love a fashion scandal? Balenciaga's creative director, Demna Gazvalova, told Women's Wear at the time. I feel like this is like a fake story.
That's a pretty nuts quote to say about a line you just dropped, though. You're pretty much just saying like, yeah, we know
I'm
we can
trolling
rip off
you.
people because it's Balenciaga.
Yeah. This I
Yikes.
watched the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, The Most Hated Man on the Internet, Netflix doc about a guy with Hunter Moore is his name. He ran a revenge porn website called Is Anyone Up? Do you guys know this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've heard
watched
this
it.
story.
It's insane.
Insane.
The craziest
know what
thing
this
I've
is.
ever seen.
So basically, this guy, and I vaguely, it's weird because it does cross over with Barstool when we started. So I remember The Dirty. Like, there's Nick Ritchie ran a website called The Dirty that a lot of girls got very upset about. I remember that. But this site makes that look like child's play. You could anonymously submit just revenge porn, like naked photos of girls, sex, whatever. He'd put it on his website. He'd link it to your Facebook account. He wouldn't take anybody's down.
Andy was hacking
wait,
emails to find the
So, like,
pictures.
Yes.
He would like, you would anonymously send in, like, let's say like you have an ex-girlfriend you hate. You send in like their nudes or whatever, and then you tell the guy what her Facebook is as well, and then he
Yes.
link the. Oh my!
And he
then he
would
would
post their
blackmail the
profile
girls.
linked to it. And
Yeah.
he was hacking people's emails, so he was getting private pictures that people weren't even submitting. So that's where
Now,
it was like
Brie,
illegal.
Which they were doing. At first, when I watched this, they had a couple girls like, I took pictures, but I didn't send them to anyone. It was like, that's I don't believe that. Girls take pictures or guys of themselves naked with no intent to send them. They just do it?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, all my friends do that.
Just to have them on file?
Yeah. Just to be like,
Like,
oh, I
for
look
what?
good. You think you look good, so you take it and save it.
Like, just in case for later, like if you're trapped on an airplane and you need to send a nude to your boyfriend.
It's just
is
like,
that, why
oh,
you do
here,
that, or?
that's a cute picture. No, it's like taking a selfie. If you're like walking past a mirror naked and you're like, oh,
I never
cool.
really am like, you know what?
Yeah, but no one wants to see
My
a dick
dick
pic.
looks good right now. I'm gonna take a
I
photo.
mean, no one wants to see a dick pic though.
Well. Maybe you just ain't getting the right angles.
Anyways, on this, yeah, I don't agree with that. I think there's some girls definitely want to see
Well,
dick
yeah,
pics,
but you don't just walk past the mirror and like super nice dick picture.
I don't think girls walk by and do, super nice boob
Do
today.
you? Do you? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's
You learn
crazy.
something new every day.
Shout out Charlotte
I take
Laws.
pics, but just to see-
Charlotte Laws is like the most badass woman on the internet. She's the one who brought down Hunter Moore. Just
Oh yeah,
absolutely-
FBI agent. Yeah.
Yes.
What happened? Like, how'd they get her? Or him?
What happened was that they posted the daughter of this woman named Charlotte Laws. No, Charlotte Laws, is that her name? Yes, I think so. Something Laws.
That's a
Charlotte
sweet
Laws.
name. Charlotte Laws? That's a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
her
it
last
is,
name
and
is
she's a
Laws.
badass.
Yeah.
And she's a badass. And she spent like 3 years hunting this guy and eventually brought him down. Wood is our men's grooming line, offering products across hair, body, beard, and shave. My favorite scent is Golden Hour. Smooth brandy Madagascar vanilla scent. You got Summer House, which is coastal lavender, sea salt, fresh tracks, oak moss, and pink pepper. I love their the beard conditioner, oil, shave cream, all that, keeping this thing look fresh. I do need to shave. But they got moisturizer, deodorant, body wash, shampoo. It's super nice in your bathroom, so it looks organized. You don't look like a slob. Ladies love that. All products 15 or less. You can get wood at CVS, your local CVS, or getwood.com online. Buy it all. Again, they got it all. It all looks neat, tidy, and works great. Shop getwood.com or get it at your local CVS. BFF's Corner. Josh and Liv Dunn go out. Josh and Mate is seen making videos with Livy Dunn again, where they look dressed to go out. What is this? Liv then posts a picture with Nessa the day after at this party. Fans quickly realize they're going Nessa's roaring 20s themed birthday party for her 20th birthday, leading them to ask if Josh is taking a date to Nessa's party. What do we got? This is for you, Josh. This is for you.
Yeah.
You're there.
Oh,
I don't know what he just said.
you know, Livy was over at my house. We were like filming a video, and then we got dressed up and went to the party. It was Nessa's birthday, 1920s edition.
I'm assuming
Pretty
you
sick.
know on Nessa's birthday. I still have you and Nessa as girlfriend, boyfriend. That's in my book.
Okay, cool.
Brie, do you know?
Why would you
He-
say that? You think
Why-
they're still dating?
He thinks that me and Nessa are dating.
I think they got
Oh,
back
oh.
together. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
really?
they did.
He thinks
the
like
internet
it's a weird
has-
world. Like
I
we're
had this
dating.
suspicion too, but after LA, I think I'm going to shut down the rumors.
So
So
if
you
you were
don't think
dating
they're
Nessa,
dating?
you wouldn't
I
tell
don't.
them?
I think there's
No, I
something
would.
going on, but I don't think they're dating.
So then is he like, ooh, all right, whatever.
And then,
This
well,
is-
he brought another girl to her birthday party. That's crazy.
I am pretty crazy.
Well, it's not that crazy if it's like friends and it's hers and you're meeting. I don't know. I keep
Yeah, no,
time,
it was, yeah. Livy's my friend. We were just like going to a party.
every time we do BFFs, I hang up at when we're done. And I want to take a cold shower for like gossiping about like people half my age dating habits. So I'm not gonna. Whatever it is, what it is. Josh is doing what he's doing.
You're getting your retirement
thanks,
money,
man.
Dave. You're good. Don't worry about it. A couple more years of this, and then
Yeah.
you do the fucking big
roast,
gig
and
at Madison
then it's
Square
done.
Garden, and you're out. You're on a yacht.
Ethan Klein is a BFF. Ethan Klein continues to taunt BFFs as he made custom BFF hats for him and his podcast guests Wittek, Mike Malak, Tana Mongeau, who did encourage Ethan to come on BFFs. Those are three those are three friends of the program in my book: Jeff, Mike, and Tana.
I know.
So, yeah,
I don't.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think they.
I wouldn't
hate
say
us.
taunting. Yeah, flattery is the greatest form of what's going on in the back. Flattery is a great form. Flattery is the most sincere. Imitation is the most
You got
sincere
it.
form of flattery.
There we
it is.
go.
There we go. Figured it out. Yeah, I mean, thanks for the shout outs, right?
Yeah. Now for this, Brie beefing with her ex. So
It was just a quick
Oh.
beef.
Brie's ex-boyfriend Nick called Brie and Grace foul, and Brie made merch of. So what is this? There's a picture of you.
It was just
Nick
a pic.
sends.
So I went
So
back
what
to
happened?
school. I went back to school, and this is an ex that we broke up on good terms. So I went back to
Was
school.
this the like recent ex?
No.
The second, most recent?
Yes.
How many? God damn! How many?
I only have.
exes do
I've
you
only had 3 boyfriends ever.
all in the last fucking 2 months.
No.
This was
No,
a
no,
long-term
no.
one.
There's the.
This is
there's
what I
the-
dated this guy for 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you
okay.
broke up with him fairly recently.
In February.
Okay, so March, April, May, June, July. Oh, sorry, you've had 3 boyfriends in 6 months.
No. I had boyfriends before. I have not had 3 boyfriends in 6 months.
Oh, you've had none since.
I have 1.
Well,
now.
why Josh is like, is
Well, that's not true
Okay.
because you had an ex before the boyfriend right now that isn't this ex. So it has to have been 3.
this?
Yes.
So 3 and 6.
No, 1. I've had 1 boyfriend after this boyfriend.
No. 'cause
She's
you
saying the
had-
homie
you
hopper
had-
one wasn't a boyfriend.
Yeah, the homie hopper one wasn't a boyfriend. No.
I'm lost. What's going
Okay.
on?
Yes, okay. So
Bree-
anyways,
Bree's dating everybody. That's what's
Okay.
going on.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
Just something.
3 boyfriends that have her dating
Perfect.
everybody. No, but he responded that, and I was like, okay, fuck you.
You
sure.
responded to your story?
To my ex-college roommate's story and said, those bitches are foul. And then I made merch, and then it was like, now it's a bestseller merch. So I was like, fuck you, I guess I am foul.
Yeah. Bring us our money. That's nice. Well, not me as in us, as in like you and.
Bring us our
whatever.
money.
Feral and foul.
Yeah.
I like that.
What? I don't understand.
Why did
were-
you think that was a good text to send to your friend?
I don't know.
Like,
He was,
what was his
he's an
goal?
idiot. Yeah, he was drunk.
So he screenshotted it?
I screenshotted.
No. On Snapchat, you can just swipe up and go like So he swiped up on their story and said those bitches are foul, and then Brie's friend must have screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Or Brie just took a picture.
I took a picture of it, and he thought I was never going to see it. And then I made a
Got
video,
it.
went viral.
Did you talk to him after?
Oh yeah, he's like, delete your TikTok. Like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean any of this. I'm like, what? Fuck you. You said it, so I made shirts, and I'm keeping the TikTok up.
How'd the merch do? Did you sell a lot?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
my
good,
best seller now.
Yeah, it's doing well.
That's
pretty wicked.
Oh, yeah.
That's Barstool 101.
Yeah.
We got some
I need to
videos
expose like an ex's text or something, bro.
videos to react to, and then we can get out of here. We got 2
Oh
videos.
fuck! I already know what this is gonna be, dude. I saw.
Oh, I
these
saw
videos.
it. I saw it.
This is
They're the
incredible.
most viral things on the internet right now. People won't
Dude,
stop sending them in. There are
It's
so
so
many. Of them.
bad.
I hope
this
this
is like
is
tour when I was
Jason's first time
17,
seeing it.
and it's just like really cringy. Just
Oh,
be
is it
ready
one of your
to, like,
TikToks?
bro,
I
this
love your-
hurts-
I
no,
love
it's
your
not my
TikToks
TikToks.
when-
It's even worse. It's
Worse,
when we were on
Jason.
stage. This like hurts my soul, man.
Let me see.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Here we go. It's the eye roll of TikTok. 3, 2, 1.
Screaming.
You know
What did you know? Is that a trend?
Okay,
or-
so it was a trend on TikTok back in the day, and then it was just kind of like people would be like, do the eye roll. So like we would be on stage and be like, yeah, this is kind of funny that we can like just do this shit, and then they'd all go fuck it, like they'd go nuts. The worst part about these videos is the cheering, because like if there was no cheering, it would be better. At least I would have learned my lesson.
No.
Can you still do the eye roll?
No,
Can you teach me how to do it?
Yeah,
You know,
Come on,
let's
Josh.
see.
Try it,
Let's see.
David.
I don't
I'll
even
give
know
my
what
best go. I'll give my best go. Okay, ready?
You got to roll your
I think
eyes
you just
back.
kind of. Damn, I haven't done this in a while. My eyes might get stuck or something. Okay. I gotta warm up like I did in the video.
Yeah.
Warm up a little bit. All right. Should I give it a countdown? 2, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. That was pretty sick, right?
It's like a flutter of
It's like
your
riding
eyes,
a bike.
Dave.
It's like riding a bike.
Dave,
I'm
you
just
do
right
it
back
now.
to
Let's see if you could do
I
it.
don't. It's
Yeah,
just,
Dave,
I don't
try.
even-
You
he's just
go
going-
like this and then roll your eyes back.
You like tap your fingers?
Yeah,
or
like
something?
this.
Ah, there it is, Bree.
Bree did it good.
Yeah.
Dave did it. Jason got it. Ooh.
Nice.
I don't
You got
get the
everyone
hype
doing
on it, but whatever.
I don't
Listen,
either. It was like
What,
it
who
was
am
like
I
a
gonna
sexually
act like the
viewed
Beatles
thing.
were out there when you did it? So who am I to say anything?
I know, right? Like for some weird reason it worked, and I don't know why. Because if they wouldn't have cheered, I would have learned my lesson, and I could have went home and become a
You would have
better
been
man
humbled,
that day.
yeah.
I would have been a better man.
You could have shit in a pizza box.
We have another video.
Oh, we have another video.
One more video to react to.
Oh my god.
We dirty dancing, now the yelling gravy slice.
Good soundtrack.
POV, you go to NL to visit family and end up dancing and getting with Josh Richards.
So okay.
When was
She didn't
this?
Get with me. This was like when I was in Canada, just like
Oh, like
weeks ago.
yesterday.
That wasn't embarrassing. What was wrong with that? It was
No,
a fan
it's just,
video.
she's just like, yeah, she's fan behavioring it up for sure. I mean, we like danced and shit, but we didn't hook up. We were
Come on, I
fucking-
want something better than. I'm used
So
to your
all right,
really
then you
bad
can't
ones.
have you can't have a girlfriend if that shit's going viral. Then all right, fine.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah, all right, fine. I'm fine with that. Is that everything we
But-
got? I think so. Jason, thank you for coming on. Check
Thanks,
out
Dave.
again. Give everybody your podcast info one last time.
All good things with Jason Nash on all platforms, and then my website, thenashnation.com.
All right, there you have
Yeah.
it. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye, Brianna.